Alright, so y'all been waiting for this for like a very long time. I'm gonna be making like a thumbnail, and I'm gonna show you the steps that I use to make my like actually good thumbnails like this. And in today's video, we're gonna be trying to recreate that thumbnail and show you how I made it. Alright, so the first thing you're gonna need is like a picture of your gorilla. So I have a whole like folder of them that I took pictures of. So like in this case, I have this one. I might actually do this one. I'm gonna do this one because this one looks very similar to the one that I was making previously. Alright, so next thing you need to do is go to Photopea. It's like Photoshop but free. You're gonna want to click new project. You can do 1920 by 1080 if you want a higher resolution, 1280 by 720 if you want a somewhat regular resolution. I'm gonna go with this one. Drag your picture on the canvas. Then it's gonna look quite confusing, but of course, I mean, if you want to, you can mess around, but I'm gonna go straight into the tutorial. Once you have your picture, make sure it's aligned correctly, so like make sure your player is like easily visible. Alright, so once you center your gorilla, you're gonna want to go to the quick selection tool, which is this little thing. If this doesn't pop up, right click on it, and then make sure. Okay, so let's say if it was on magic wand, you're gonna want to right click it, make sure it's quick selection. Then once you have this, you can change the size of it if it's too big. Basically, you want to like kind of draw on your character. Oh, it already selected it for me. Dang. If it doesn't, just click Alt and then click wherever is not your gorilla. So like, let's say it's like this. Just click Alt and then click like the ground. See, it's not selecting my entire gorilla. So I would like click that and then make sure it's like selecting all of my gorilla. Like this. Once you do that, you're gonna want to click on the background. Like click on the layer that you put on the canvas. Click Control and J. Then now it's gonna make a little layer on top of it like this. That's good. Next thing we want to do is right click on your player, duplicate layer, and drag it under the first one like this. Then click here. Click on like the mouse thing so you can like use all the tools. I think it was window. Actually, you can just click on this little search thing, type transform, and then click free transform. Then click Control, and then drag it down below the player like this. Boom. Put the opacity over here of it, like around like, you could say like 40-ish. Then right click on it, click blending options, go to color overlay, make sure it's all black, make sure the opacity is all the way up, and make sure the blend mode is on normal. Then you have a little shadow under your layer. The next thing we need to color grade this. So click on your click on the background, click filter, and then click camera raw. Now this is where you color saturate whatever your thumbnail. So you can turn up the saturation a little bit, turn up the clarity a little bit. You can also turn up the dehaze. Honestly, you can just mess around with these settings. They're very important because you need to make your thumbnail look very like, I mean, I wouldn't say vibrant, but make it look good. Alright, so now that I'm done with that, background is all color graded. We can also go to the first layer, camera raw, and then now we can like kind of color saturate this as well. So I'm gonna turn up the color. Turn up the saturation for mine because like I'm orange. I want it to be really orange. I'm gonna turn up the clarity just a little bit. Dehaze does not look that great. Just not gonna use that. Now we have this. So this is looking like a pretty promising thumbnail so far. The next thing we need is text. So in this case, I'm gonna just put tutorial. I'm gonna make it white. Drag it up more. And make sure it's above all of our layers. Alright, so once you get your text, you drag it behind here. Oops, hold on, I misspelled it. You're gonna want to get whatever font you think you like. In this case, I'm going to get Arial Black, which is probably one of the ones I use in most of my videos. Another thing you can do to find fonts is go to defont.com, and then there are tons of fonts that you can find here. You should probably go in sans serif. If you want a more montage font, you can go to medieval. There's like probably a whole bunch of fonts that you can find here. Alright, so once I found my font, I'm gonna double click on it, make sure it's all selected, click the font up here, click load font, and then I'm gonna click the file that I loaded. Alright, sweet. Now it says Arial font loaded. Find your font, Arial. Boom. Now we have our font. I'm gonna try to recreate it as much as possible. You're gonna want to right click it, click blending options, and now what I did for mine is I put a gradient overlay on it, so it kind of like fades. To change the color of the gradient, you go to the little gradient thing. You're gonna click on the color, so like black on my case is on the bottom. Click black, and I made it like slightly fade in, so like I made it like kind of grayish, so like that. Then I put a drop shadow. You don't want to make your drop shadow too like noticeable. You can copy these settings if you want them. Alright, and then the next thing I did is I added a little outer glow. You're going to turn up the size a little bit, turn down the opacity. I think I either did orange or I did white. I'm going to go with orange for this case. Alright, and then next thing you can go on the blending options for the player as well. You can also give them a little glow. As you see like this. I'm gonna make it a little bit more noticeable. Alright, and there you go. There's pretty much a whole thumbnail. You can also add more things like you can also crop items or put different like headsets on the player, for example. And like honestly, a lot of thumbnails just need practice to make good thumbnails. So basically, this is how I pretty much like make my thumbnails. And 99% of my thumbnails are made like this pretty much. You can also add shadows to the player. So you're gonna get the brush. You can turn up the size a little bit, but turn down the hardness. And then make sure your thing is black. Click on the layer, and then oh wait, that's a little too powerful. Turn down the flow like this, and now you can kind of draw on them. Control Z to undo. Make sure you're like getting kind of in them like this. Make sure you're like going where the shadows would actually be. So like kind of under the arm, under their neck, under their chest, for example. And that's pretty much how you make these thumbnails. And then boom, there's my thumbnail tutorial, bro. Anyways, I don't really know when to end this video, so I'm probably just gonna end it randomly.